Wings 94.3, Auburn Opelika's home for your classic hits. Rich and Jeremy in the morning.
I was in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're in the middle of it's like Jeremy just gets up and leaves. There's 20 seconds left in the song. Where in the world is he going? I'm sending Johnny out into the hall. Go get him. Let him know where you. She goes out there. He's like, as she's going out the door of the studio, I hear the bathroom door down the hall shut. I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. That just happened.
Things were changing. Okay. Okay.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
That's fair enough.
I didn't want to, in here.
All right, we never really talked a whole lot about A-Day. I redshirted as a spotter. I was learning
probably for the
how
best,
to be a
but
spotter.
I was disappointed.
I was a little disappointed too, but that's what happens, and that's okay.
Sure.
But I was there. The weather was beautiful. There was a great crowd. So if you had an A-Day experience you want to share with us, give us a call 321-9001, 321-9001, and just give us your impression on what you thought. That's what we're really
That's
asking.
what we're after. The people who were there or saw it, or at least. Hello, you're on the air with Rich and Jer. Hello.
Good morning, Rich and Jeremy. Good morning. How are y'all this morning?
Doing great, Mr. Diddle. Newt, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing very good. Thank you very much for asking. It's been a bit of a long weekend, but it was a very nice weekend, and I certainly enjoyed it, and I hope that you did as well.
In Macomb, you had a good time in Macomb?
Well, I made my way out of Macomb a little bit this weekend, and spent time more close to where you gentlemen are.
What do you mean? You came to Auburn?
What? By accident, by pure accident. As it turns out, I had been at the bus station watching some television, as I want to do from time to time.
Sure.
And I was watching the television, and they needed to clean up the area, and asked if I could possibly go wait somewhere else while they were cleaning. So I went and thought I would catch a quick nap in one of the buses that was there at the bus station. It was that time of the week where they actually had the buses there passing through.
Right, of course, yeah. So it was a bus going to Auburn?
Well, I was not aware that that's where it was going, but I woke up somewhere near Demopolis with a very nice young lady with her two children who were sitting in the seats adjacent to mine.
Well, so you must have been exhausted. That's a long trip, isn't it?
It took a bit longer, but as I was asleep, it did not feel that long.
Right. So then you were out. You came from Demopolis to Auburn. You didn't happen to catch A-Day or anything, did you?
Well, I did know that there was a large football game happening, which was confusing because my understanding of football is that it is usually played in the fall when there are leaves changing and there are different cooler temperatures and whatnot, and there is Thanksgiving to work around.
Sure.
So I was a bit confused, but there were many people around the campus.
Well, it's the spring, it's our spring game, the practice and everything. I don't know if they do it in if the Rehoboth Baptist Dunkers flag football team. I don't know if they have anything like that. But no, it's our spring practice. We try to get out there and they see who's competing for the positions and if we might live up to expectations for once and get a feel for the team. So you were actually in the stadium. You saw the game.
Well, yes. Again, quite by accident. I was trying to find another ride back to Macomb. Gaynell was not very happy when I was able to get in touch with her that I was not there.
Right.
So I was trying to get back to Macomb, and there was a very, very nice gentleman who had a number of books that he was selling, and he said that if I would help him sell these books, that he would let me go in and see all of the people, and that perhaps there might be somewhere someone inside there who could give me a ride back to Macomb.
So you were selling programs. Well, that's what they were, right? The programs, the magazines.
I believe they were. I did not really pay much attention.
Well,
I only sold one.
well, so what'd you think of the game? Who did you I don't know. Yeah, did you get to take it in? What were your thoughts?
I was very, very impressed with how green the grass was, Jeremy. It was just very, very gorgeous.
Well, yeah, we take pride in the grass.
Most of the grass that we play on in the church league in Macomb is more of a brown and broad leaf. It's basically weeds and hayfields, but this was absolutely, it was perfectly manicured.
Well, what about the players? I mean, did you see anything that you thought, I don't know, were you impressed by any one player or anything like that?
Well, I spent most of my time, actually, Jeremy, with a very nice family from the Jackson, Mississippi area who happened to be here to watch the game, or they were there, not here,
right.
Back in Macomb. They were there with me watching the game. And we spent a great deal of time talking. They had many questions about why I was dressed the way I was dressed, and we spent a great deal of time discussing what I was wearing.
What were you wearing? What do you mean, the way you were dressed?
Well, apparently it's not normal to go to a football game wearing overalls and a combat jacket.
And a combat jacket? Sheesh. Well, no, yeah, we don't.
It was under the seat of the bus.
Right.
The bus gets very cold, Jeremy. I'm not sure if you're aware. It's very chilly on the bus.
No, I haven't had a lot of bus travel. But
as for the game, I did not watch too much of the game. It was kind of difficult to follow as both teams were Auburn. But it was a very exciting game, and I thought that the young man that kicked the ball a lot did a very good job.
Oh, yeah,
I thought that was very, very good because there was a lot of wind blowing around. But it was a lot of fun. I did not understand why some people had different. I know that orange is a color for Auburn, but I did not remember seeing them in those kind of jerseys. That was kind of confusing.
Right. Well, we've been talking about wine today on the show, and kind of the do's and don'ts and the protocols of proper wine enjoyment and pleasure. Yeah. Do you have anything to add to the conversation about wine, the kind of wines that are good, the way you're supposed to enjoy wine, anything like that? Help us out.
Well, I would just say that if you are at the Gas and Sip in Chunky, my recommendation would be to maybe go for the bottle that is towards the back of the shelf, down by the motor oil, and if possible, try not to cut your hand on the screw cap.
The Gas and Sip? What is that?
Well, it's where you get gasoline and purchase other sundry items that you might want from time to time, like
like what?
Nutter Butters.
Nutter Butters and wine? And motor oil?
Well, that's just where they keep the wine. It's next to the motor oil. I'm certainly not condoning mixing those two. I feel that would be quite dangerous.
Are you a white or red man?
Motor oil?
Yeah. No, wine. White, red or white?
Well, really, Jeremy, it just depends on one thing and one thing only, and that's how much it costs and how much money I happen to have.
Right. Okay. So
wine is not something that I partake of in any great amount. They now frown on me consuming the wine. He says that apparently I turned silly.
It's silly, so you can't hold your wine, huh?
Oh, I can hold it very well. The bottle is square, which makes that much easier to hold. I think it's when I drink it that he has a bit of a problem.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Okay. Well, thanks. That's a good tip from the Macomb Cave. Probably literally from from what you described sometimes. Tip from the man cave in Macomb. But well, thanks about next time you get up here, you gotta say hello. You gotta make sure, if you're in Auburn, you gotta get out there.
I will certainly do that. You gentlemen have a very, very good day.
Thanks, Newt. Talk to you later.
More Rich and Jeremy in the morning coming up on Wings 94.3.